Stop feeding the demon. How I overcame my binge eating disorder. Binge eating disorder is a silent demon that tormented my life for years. It's a battle I never thought I could win, but here's my story of how I conquered it. If you're struggling with binge eating or know someone who is, I hope my journey can offer some guidance and hope. Chapter 1. The Dark Descent. My turbulent odyssey through the labyrinth of binge eating disorder had a deceptively gentle inception, like the faintest tremor preceding an earthquake. Initially, it was the occasional indulgence, a coping mechanism when life's pressures bore down on me. Those seemingly insignificant moments held a sinister secret. They were the seeds from which a full-blown disorder would ultimately germinate. As the days turned into weeks, and the weeks into months, I remained blissfully ignorant of the impending storm. What had once been sporadic escapades soon morphed into a relentless and uncontrollable force, akin to a demon awakening from a slumber. With each subsequent binge, its malevolent presence grew more pronounced, its insatiable hunger wreaking havoc on my physical and emotional well-being. The demon, born from my vulnerabilities and exacerbated by my silence, whispered destructive promises of relief from my daily struggles. It had grown into a formidable adversary that dictated my actions, rendering me powerless. Its strength surged in tandem with my guilt and shame, which, like shackles, bound me tighter to this affliction. The journey was not one I embarked upon willingly, nor was it one I believed I could overcome. Yet, the realization that I was in a battle for my own life compelled me to seek help. It was in sharing my torment with a compassionate therapist that I began to chip away at the demon's power. The weight of my secret gradually lifted as I navigated the treacherous terrain of my emotions, exposing the triggers that had fed the beast within me. Understanding the demon's origins, rooted in unresolved traumas and emotional turmoil, became the key to my liberation. Through therapy and self-reflection, I confronted the darkness within me, unraveling the threads that bound me to binge eating's cruel cycle. It was an arduous process, but it was also my path to healing. With newfound knowledge came the ability to replace destructive habits with healthier alternatives. Regular exercise became my refuge, a source of both physical strength and emotional stability. Nourishing my body with nutritious foods and practicing mindful eating offered respite from the tumultuous storm within. While the journey was primarily a solitary one, my support network played an invaluable role. The unwavering encouragement and empathy of friends and family provided a lifeline during my darkest moments. Their understanding, free of judgment, created a safe space in which I could share my struggles and fears. Relapses punctuated my journey, each one a harsh reminder of the demon's lingering presence. Yet, I refused to let these setbacks define me. Instead, they became stepping stones to greater resilience, guiding me toward the path of recovery. Today, I stand as a testament to the power of perseverance and self-discovery. The demon no longer holds dominion over my life, and I am the master of my destiny. My hope is that my story serves as a beacon of hope for others entangled in the same battle. Binge eating disorder may be formidable, but with the right support, understanding, and determination, it can be conquered. This is my testament to the indomitable human spirit's capacity for healing. Chapter 2. Seeking help. Realizing the gravity of my situation was the dawn of my journey to recovery, a moment when I finally acknowledged the relentless specter of binge eating disorder in my life. It was an awakening, a transformative instant that propelled me toward the life-altering decision to seek professional help. In my quest for guidance and understanding, I turned to a therapist whose expertise lay in the intricate terrain of eating disorders. This step was not taken lightly. It was a conscious choice to entrust my journey to someone with the knowledge and experience necessary to navigate the complexities of my disorder. It was a decision to embrace vulnerability and humility, acknowledging that I couldn't confront this demon alone. However, the path to healing is rarely paved with ease. Opening up about the torment of binge eating was a formidable challenge. It meant exposing my deepest insecurities, revealing the innermost struggles that had held me captive for so long. It was a plunge into the depths of my psyche, where shame and guilt had festered unchecked. Yet, as daunting as it was, this act of sharing proved to be the cornerstone of my recovery. The therapy sessions became a safe haven, a sanctuary where I could unburden my soul. With my therapist's compassionate guidance, I navigated the labyrinth of my emotions, tracing the intricate web of triggers and traumas that had fueled my disorder. It was an arduous process, a journey into the heart of my pain, but it was also a journey toward liberation. As I unraveled the tangled threads of my emotional struggles, I gained a profound understanding of the underlying causes of my binge eating. I discovered that my binges were often a desperate attempt to cope with stress, anxiety, and unresolved traumas. This revelation was transformative, as it allowed me to address the root causes of my disorder rather than merely treating the symptoms. Chapter 3. The Power of Understanding. Gaining insight into the intricate web of triggers and emotions driving my relentless binge eating disorder was an indispensable milestone in my journey to recovery. It was a profound awakening that shed light on the complex relationship between my inner turmoil and the disorder that had held me captive for far too long. Through therapy and self-reflection, I unearthed a disconcerting truth. My binges were seldom about the food itself but were instead a desperate response to the emotional turbulence churning within me. Stress, anxiety, and the unresolved emotional scars of my past were the fuel that ignited the destructive fire of binge eating. Each episode was a frantic attempt to cope with these overwhelming emotions, a temporary escape from the relentless storm that raged in my soul. Understanding this pivotal connection between my emotions and my disorder was the catalyst for change. It marked the beginning of my journey toward reclaiming control over my life and my relationship with food. Armed with this newfound awareness, I embarked on a profound process of self-discovery and healing. Therapy became a vital arena where I untangled the intricate threads of my emotional landscape. Together with my therapist, I delved deep into the heart of my anxieties and unearthed the traumas that had long been buried beneath the surface. It was an emotionally taxing and, at times, painful process, but it was also profoundly liberating. By addressing the root causes of my binge eating, I began to chip away at the foundations of the disorder. I learned healthier ways to cope with stress and anxiety, replacing the destructive patterns of the past. Mindfulness and meditation became my allies, helping me stay attuned to my emotions and allowing me to respond to them in a more constructive manner. The journey was not without its challenges. There were moments when the siren call of binge eating still beckoned, attempting to lure me back into its clutches. But armed with the knowledge of my emotional triggers, I was better equipped to navigate these treacherous waters. I developed strategies to manage stress and anxiety, recognizing that addressing the underlying emotional issues was the key to preventing relapse. Gradually, as I confronted and healed from these deep-seated emotional wounds, the demon of binge eating began to lose its grip on me. I gained a sense of control over my impulses and a newfound resilience in the face of life's challenges. The process was far from linear, but it was undeniably transformative. Chapter 4. Building Healthy Habits. Overcoming the destructive eating patterns that had ensnared me was a demanding and gradual transformation. It was a journey where I learned to regain sovereignty over my life, wresting control from the insidious clutches of binge eating disorder. The arduous process of swapping out self-destructive habits for constructive ones was nothing short of a personal revolution. It demanded unwavering commitment, a steadfast decision to forge a healthier relationship with both food and my own well-being. One of my first monumental steps involved incorporating regular exercise into my daily routine. It wasn't just about burning calories, it became my sanctuary, a refuge for my body and mind. Through exercise, I discovered a way to alleviate stress, boost my physical strength, and reconnect with my body's inner wisdom. Fueling my body with nourishing, whole foods became another vital pillar of my recovery. Instead of seeing food as an enemy or a crutch, I began to perceive it as a source of sustenance, vitality, and self-care. Every meal became a chance to honor my body, reinforcing the idea that I was actively contributing to my own well-being. The practice of mindful eating emerged as a potent tool that reshaped my entire relationship with food. It was a profound departure from the chaotic, thoughtless binges of the past. Instead, I embraced each bite, relishing textures and flavors, and attentively listening to my body's hunger and fullness cues. Mindful eating became an act of self-respect, a way of nourishing both my physical health and emotional equilibrium. Gradually, these once daunting habits evolved into my shield against the relentless onslaught of binge eating disorder. They bestowed me with resilience and fortitude, enabling me to confront the urges and triggers that once held sway over me. Each day I adhered to these practices marked a small yet significant triumph, an affirmation of my unwavering commitment to recovery. Certainly, the journey wasn't without its challenges. There were moments when the allure of old habits beckoned me to return to my former ways. Nevertheless, I refused to let these lapses define me or my progress. Instead, they served as stepping stones for growth and self-compassion, underscoring that healing is an ongoing, non-linear process. Chapter 5. Support System. I leaned on my friends and family for support. Their understanding and encouragement were invaluable in my journey to recovery. If you're dealing with binge eating, don't hesitate to share your struggles with loved ones. Their support can make all the difference. Chapter 6. Relapses and Resilience. Overcoming binge eating disorder was not a linear process. There were moments of relapse, but I learned not to let these setbacks define me. Instead, I saw them as opportunities to learn and grow stronger in my resolve. Chapter 7. Celebrating Victories. Each small victory in my battle against binge eating disorder was worth celebrating. Whether it was a day without a binge or successfully managing a trigger, acknowledging these achievements helped reinforce my determination. Chapter 8. A Brighter Tomorrow. Today, I can proudly say that I have triumphed over the demon of binge eating disorder. It no longer controls my life, and I am healthier and happier as a result. My hope is that sharing my story will inspire others to seek help, find their inner strength, and overcome their own demons. Binge eating disorder can be a relentless demon, but it can be defeated. Seek help, build a support system, and most importantly, believe in yourself. With determination, understanding, and resilience, you too can stop feeding the demon and reclaim control over your life.